It says slope. What's the slope of a line? What? Can you what? A pencil? Yes, I do. Okay, what is the slope? What is the definition of slope? Anybody? Yeah, it's the steepness of a line, right? That's the English verbal definition. The steepness of a line. Okay. Now, again, when we start Unit 6 tomorrow, we're going to do systems of equations, like I said. You're actually going to be solving by graphing lines. That's why I'm spending so much time on reviewing graphing lines. Now, we have some formulas for the slope, right? Does anybody remember the algebraic formula? Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. Good. That's the algebraic formula. Us mathematicians like to define this or say it's the change of Y, delta Y, over delta X. Okay, the change of Y over the change of X. It's just delta symbol is a Greek symbol. What that really means is you're going to go, now slope is always a fraction. You're going to go, watch your head, Burgess. Watch your head. Okay, you're either going to go left or right. I'm sorry, up or down. Over left or right. Okay. All right. So let's do some slope problems. Now, in number 1, they're actually giving us the line, and we have to figure out the slope. So, and they were kind enough to put 2 points here. So that's my x1, y1. This is my x2, y2. The easiest way to do this, just count, right? My slope equals, well, to get from one point to the other, I'm going to go up 1, so it's a positive 1. And then I'm going to go to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is 1/4. Number 3, to get from one point to the other, I'm going to go up 1. And then to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, would it make a difference if I went the other way? Let's see, I would go down 1 and to the left 7. So I would need a left 7. No, it doesn't, because -1 over -7 is the exact same thing as 1 over 7. So it doesn't matter which way you go. You just might have different symbols and signs in front of them. Okay, number 5. Now this is where I have to use my algebraic formula. Okay, M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, because we're given is my x1, y1. My second point is x2, y2. And I put it in my formula. My slope equals y2, which is 12, minus my y1, which is -11, all over x2, -15, minus my x1, which is 10. $12 minus minus makes it a plus, so 12 plus 11, 23, -15 minus 10, negative 25. Make sure that's in reduced form. Number 7. Here's my x1, y1, x2, y2. So my slope equals negative 9, my y2, minus my negative 20, good, all over my x2, minus, I'm sorry, this is negative 20. This is negative 10. Okay. Negative 9 minus minus makes it a plus. Double slash rule, right? So I have positive 1, and then plus 20 is 25. Oh, is that a positive 10? Oh, okay. So it should be negative 19, right? Minus 10. Let me clean that up. That's a positive 10, so it's minus positive 10, which would be negative 19. Okay. Now, the next set of problems is to find the slope of each line. We're working with the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, and we did this the last couple days, right? My slope is the coefficient of x. That's my slope. My b is what? That's the y-intercept, or where it crosses the y-axis. Okay? Our problems are already in y-intercept form. They want us to tell you what the slope is. This is really easy. It's the coefficient of x. So my slope is negative 3/5. That's it. That's all you have to do. Coefficient of x. My slope is 7/2. My coefficient in 13, negative 1/2. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little, well, number 15. My slope is 5/4. Now, this is where things get a little harder because it's not in slope-intercept form. Okay? You're going to have to do some work before you draw the line. We have to put it in slope-intercept form. We have to put it in y equals mx plus b, which means we have to get y by itself. How am I going to get y by itself in this problem? Yes, I have to subtract 2x from both sides. Good. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. Remember, here's my equal sign. I get y equals, now I'm going to put my x term first, because that's where it is in my slope-intercept form. So I have a negative 2x. And then I have this plus 1 up here. Okay. You always start with your y-intercept, which is 1, positive 1. My slope is coefficient of x, negative 2, and we're going to put it in as a fraction. So it crosses my y-axis at the point 1. Now here's my y-axis, up and down. It crosses it at 1. Then my slope, I'm going to go down 2 to the right 1. Down 2 to the right 1. Down 2 to the right 1. And I'm going to use a ruler if you want a ruler. Get one. My line. So these are going to require quite a bit of work. (19) and 20. I have x equal 4 and y equals -4. These are going to be special lines. Because x equal 4, well, that doesn't even make sense in y equals mx plus b, does it? This is going to be a vertical line. And it's just something that's easy to remember. If you have x equals a number, this is my x-axis, it's a vertical line at that number. Okay. Y equals a number? Well, now we're looking at the y-axis. There's -4. It's a horizontal line. Okay. What's my slope for number 20? How much am I going up? Pick 2 points. How much am I going up or down? 0. And then to the right 1. So my slope is 0. Here, I go up 1. But I don't move left or right. So it's 1 divided by 0. I can't do that. Okay? Not allowed. So this is undefined. So vertical lines have a slope that's undefined, and horizontal lines have slope 0. Okay? I want to find one that, yeah, let's do number 23. Okay. Again, I have to get y by itself. (3x plus 5y equals 15). Now here's my equation. Equal sign. First thing I want to do is what? Yep, subtract 3x from both sides. So I get 5y equals, and again, I'm going to put my -3x first. And then I have a plus 15. I still have to get y by itself. Divide by 5, right? Now, be careful. I have to divide every term by 5. Okay? These 5's cancel. I get y by itself finally. Here's my slope, -3/5. -3/5. I'm going to put my x on the outside of that, okay, because it's in the numerator. And then I have a positive 15 divided by a positive 5. That's a positive 3 or plus 3. So this is really kind of it's a hard problem. Yep, a lot of steps. Okay, my y-intercept, 3. My slope, my -3/5. Okay, so it crosses my y-axis at 3. Here's my y-axis, 3. And I'm going to put that minus sign with the 3. So I'm going to go down 3 and to the right 5. And I'm going to use 2 points here because they're really spread out. Questions? You guys can do the evens? Want me to do another one? Let's do 25. Okay, again, I have to get it in y equals mx plus b. So I have x plus 2y equals 2. First thing I'm going to do, get my x term over there. Yep, going to subtract the x from both sides. So I get my 2y equals negative x. That's a plus 2. Then I'm going to divide every term by coefficient 2. I get my y equals, now, negative x over 2. Don't forget there's a 1 there, right? We just normally don't write it. So this is actually negative 1x over 2. So my fraction here is negative 1/2, right? Negative 1/2. And I'm going to put the x on the outside. And then positive 2 divided by 2. Anything over itself, 1. So my y-intercept is 1, good. My slope, negative 1/2. Okay, b is 1. I'm going to put that negative sign with the 1, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. I can even get one more in there. You good? Okay, now I think I was kind to you guys where oh wow, you got quite a bit to do. I think I put the answer, yeah, I did put the answer key on here. Tell you what, let's just do the evens on pages 1 through 3. Let's do evens on pages 1 through 3. Which one did you want to look at? Okay. Yeah, we could. I'll tell you what. I'll solve it for x or solve it for y, and then you can finish it. Okay. I'll put it in y equals mx plus b form. So I have 3x plus 4y is negative 20. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. Four y equals negative 3x minus 20. Then I'm going to divide every term by the coefficient 4. So I get my y by itself. My fraction here, negative 3/4. Okay, x, and then negative 20 divided by positive 4. It's going to be a negative 5. I'll just finish it. So my y-intercept, my b, is negative 5. And my slope, coefficient, negative 3/4. So negative 5, y-axis, negative 5. Now there's no way I can go down 3, so I'm going to have to put that negative sign with the 4. Okay. So from the y-intercept, I'm going to go up 3, and then to the left 4. And I'm only going to be able to get 2 points on this. There we go.